Hi, and welcome to Ultimate Home Poker. I'm Pete,
I'm Steve.
And I'm Mike.
and today we're going to talk about the role of the banker, an important role, somebody keeping charge of the chips count and, more importantly, the money, basically. Host is usually the banker. To save some time as a host and as the banker, you want to make sure that the chips are already set up and they're, denominated. And Mike, why don't you talk about what we do with the money when it shows up and how we denominate the chips?
Right. And so we play with three colors of chips: white, red, and blue.
Yeah.
White is usually the least expensive. Red is twice the white, and blue is twice the red.
Yeah,
We've
yeah.
seen greens and blacks.
Yeah, yeah, but and a way
That's
to
a rare
keep
event.
that
Right.
way to keep that in line is basically blue chip stocks are generally the most expensive stocks, so blue is
Is the highest, and
highest
that's
ranking chip.
and that's how we play, which I love. So we have a kitty. This is the one that Steve. We should put this on eBay.
That's
This
a
is
really
very
cool,
It's a
that's
beauty.
really
fetch
cool
a lot of
device,
money.
yeah,
This thing.
yeah.
We have these kitties actually in the poker store. Kitties like this in the poker store on our website, ultimatehomepoker.com. But you're right. I think you mentioned this. When people arrive, usually the chips are out. You put down your 20 or whatever your buy-in is, and it goes right in the kitty. We keep the kitty away from the table.
As well as the chips away from
And the
Chips
chips
away
away from the table, especially some of the sketchy guys that we play with. And there's a couple schools of thought too around what to do when your chips are running low. And Steve, you know this, right? I mean, you've been in that situation a few times. You can go to the banker and you can give your money and just get the chips right there.
Get new chips.
You get new
Right.
chips right there,
Yeah.
or you can buy chips from someone on the table. Generally, we buy from each other.
Right.
There's some fun in that. A nice courtesy is to keep the cash out when that happens, and on any given night, you're going to be sending that cash back usually to somebody.
Exactly.
So that's typically how it works. At the end of the evening, it's important to, as the banker, to make everybody else whole before you take money out of the bank. So the other thing we encourage the guys to do is bring ones and fives. So a lot of times you start with, let's say, a $20 bill, and it's hard to divvy that up at the end of the night. So if you as the banker has a huge pile of chips at the end of the night, don't bother to count it because, again, you're going to make everybody whole first, and then you'll take whatever's left in the bank, which should represent what you have in
Better.
yeah, exactly, or better. So that's the role of the banker. Take advantage of our website, ultimatehomepoker.com. We've got an article on this particular topic, host of other articles and videos that you can view. We're on Google, Twitter, Facebook,
YouTube.
YouTube channel's got a lot of educational videos. So learn what you can about poker, have fun with the game, and thanks for watching.
Yeah, make sure you have fun.
Deal 'em up.
All right.